but man, they just don't break, and that's the key. He finished second to me so many times, you got to be getting sick of it. If he could fall out one time, that'd be great. We've won a lot of races, but every time I look in the mirror, he's there.
Go, Benny.
Is there a way to beat this guy?
Win, win, win. That's all we can do. Dale Earnhardt is driving smarter and better than he's ever driven.
The guy is phenomenal.
Roll B. Take B.
I think he's more intense than any of the other guys.
He's got the drive that he never gives up.
I think he is possessed. I believe that's what it is.
It just wears you out having that 3-car in the rearview mirror. He's everywhere. Where will this guy turn up next?
Ready, 1. Take 1. Roll A. Up on A. Ready to fade to black and roll X. Happy 15th anniversary, ESPN. Roll X and fade to black. Up on X. Okay, guys, we're going now. ESPN, celebrating its 15th year as the world's leader in motorsports coverage, welcomes you live to the Wilkesboro Speedway. Time of today's NASCAR Winston Cup Tyson Holly Farms 400. We're in a hurry-up mode because there's weather in the area. Take a look at our starting lineup. It's an all-Junior Johnson front row. Jimmy Spencer, Bill Elliott, Earnhardt qualified in third spot alongside Mark Martin. And the big concern, Ned Jarrett and Benny Parsons, back in the field, the guy who's been on the move, Rusty Wallace.
But you might as well chalk up number 7 to Earnhardt, because all he's got to worry about right now is number 8, because this guy is unbelievable.
No, I don't think so, Benny. Hey, there's 5 races to go, including today's, and if he just falls out twice, Rusty's right there in the thick of this thing.
You're making Rusty Wallace a Superman, but here they go. Green flag about to drop.
We'll settle that argument later. Glad to have you with us here. Green flag at North Wilkesboro Speedway. 36 cars qualified, 6 went home. We'll tell you who they were in just a moment as you watch the opening lap here as Junior Johnson's Fords battle side by side in turn 3.
Give up.
No, Earnhardt trying to take advantage of it. And I think the inside groove is going to be the better groove here in the early part of the race.
That was a glimpse a moment ago from Mark Martin's in-car camera. The Valvoline Ford Thunderbird back in 4th position. Now, as you watch Earnhardt make a move inside, Elliott, your thoughts now. You think that Earnhardt hasn't wrapped up, man?
Well, I mean, he's 217 points, and I mean, it's just, I don't know where you're going to beat the guy. As Mark Martin said at the tease of the show, he's never driven any better or any smarter. And look, I mean, right now, he is going to take the lead in 2 or 3 laps from Jimmy Spencer.
Well, he'll certainly try to take the lead and get those 5 bonus points. No question about that. He knows what it takes to win the championship, but you never know when bad luck just might rear its ugly head. Of course, I guess Wallace could do the same thing. So,
well, we went off the air as you watch him move inside of Spencer here in the early laps. That doesn't look like a guy who's trying to stay in position to win the championship.
That's the one advantage that Rusty Wallace had. I think that Earnhardt wants to win a race as badly as anyone here. He and Spencer make contact.
We're not even 10 laps in, and he and Spencer are already playing bumper tag here at North Wilkesboro Speedway, and Earnhardt has a shot to take the lead.
He's alongside Spencer. He'll take the lead. He will lead this lap going down. He'll get those 5 bonus points for leading the lap as he comes off turn 4.
This record crowd has not sat down since the green flag. They are still on their feet, and boy, do they wave and shout as Earnhardt takes the lead, and now Elliott has a shot at the 2nd spot.
We saw Dale Earnhardt direct the opening of our show. He's directing the race here in North Wilkesboro, the Tyson race, as he leads.
After the race last week at Martinsville, you heard Earnhardt tell John Kernan, our pit announcer, North Wilkesboro is mine.
Well, he was awfully fast in practice. Thought he should have got the pole, and then the Junior Johnson car slipped up there and got ahead of him, but he's proving right now how fast that Chevrolet is.
There we see that Mark Martin turned about 8,200 RPMs, about 119 miles an hour.
So Rusty trying to pick his way up through the pack.
Right now, Rusty Wallace has been shown in 25th spot. Bill Weber, what happened to Rusty on the start?
Benny Rusty got off to a rough start with the same problem he had yesterday. His throttle is hanging up. Yesterday during final practice in the garage, all you could see of Rusty Wallace were his feet sticking out of the car. He was underneath working on some material, and that came from the throttle hanging up. That's the same problem they've had here in the early laps. They're working to get it fixed. Rusty's trying to work his way through the pack. He is back in heavy traffic, currently being shown back in 24th position after starting in 19th spot. Here's the battle up front between Earnhardt and Bill Elliott. Now, here's a car that had an outstanding qualifying effort, the Olive Garden Chevrolet of Dave Marcus.
And he qualified sixth and still running in sixth place. A moment ago, he was up beside of Bobby Hamilton in the 40 car there. So Dave Marcus very racy here today. His first top 10 start, Benny, in 3 years, and we saw him have a great run at Bristol early in the year.
Yes, we did. It'd be great if Marcus could use this race today to show people he can run, get a sponsor for next year. How about the 95 car? Jeff Green qualified in the 5th spot. Great qualifying run for Jeff Green. And John Kernan has a comment on Dave Marcus.
Benny, this is the same car that Dave Marcus had at Martinsville last weekend and missed the race. He said he flat messed up in second round qualifying. They brought it here to North Wilkesboro, the same springs, the same shocks, the same gear, and the same motor. And no, it's not a Richard Childress motor. No, it's not a Rick Hendrick motor. It is a motor Zaruba and Brett Thrower works for Richard Jackson. Their motor has just got very few laps on it. Dave feels very confident about today. There's Dave Marcus, car number 71. He has a couple of extra associate sponsors, which we'll tell you a little bit more about later on. There's the man they're chasing in the early laps here at North Wilkesboro Speedway, Dale Earnhardt in the Goodrich Chevrolet. And about 3 car lengths back is Bill Elliott, driving his last race in a Junior Johnson-owned car at this racetrack.
Jeff Bodine and Jeff Gordon going at it. Gordon trying to get on the inside of Jeff Bodine, but couldn't quite make the pass.
Jeff Gordon just passed Jeff Bodine just passed Jeff Gordon for that spot.
And Terry Labonte in the car number 5, the Kellogg's cornflake car, just passed Darrell Waltrip the last lap.
That's 8th and 9th position as you're riding along with Darrell Waltrip there in the Western Auto Chevrolet. Darrell, a 10-time winner here at North Wilkesboro. In fact, he's won this race 6 times.
There we look at some Chevy telemetry from inside his car.
Delco Electronics telemetry. You watch the RPMs and the miles per hour. And what kind of speed then are we talking about on the straightaways here?
Well, I was a little bit surprised here. They run about 120 or 17 to 120 in that area. There you see he got up to 118 that time. I thought they would run 125 or 130.
Mark passes their pole sitter Spencer, moves in the 3rd spot. And here comes Bobby Hamilton. We can't say enough about a great qualifying run by Bobby Hamilton in the Kendall Oil car.
You know, Bobby led laps at Richmond a few weeks ago in this same car and in fact ran in the top 10 all day last Sunday at Martinsville until that final pit stop. The caution came out and he lost a couple laps, but a great run the past few weeks for Bobby Hamilton. This team has really come together. Let's check in once again with John Kernan. Jerry, as Jimmy Spencer drops back to 4th place, Mark Martin gets around him. Jimmy radioed and complained to his crew that the car has picked up a push. It's very, very tight. Well, that's the reason Jimmy Spencer now dropping back a little bit after putting that car on the pole. His first ever Winston Cup pole comes in his 139th Winston Cup start. We're in the early laps here at North Wilkesboro Speedway as you watch the tight battle between Dave Marcus and Jimmy Spencer for position. Showing 21 laps complete out of 400, which comprise the Tyson Holly Farms 400. Back with more Winston Cup racing action from North Wilkesboro after this. One car having trouble already on pit road. The car number 95 is John Kernan is there. Jeff Green fits on pit road. He slowed dramatically a couple of laps ago as he went into turn 1. They had a flat tire, so they have changed all 4 tires as the car has gotten very, very loose on Jeff Green, doing a good job getting it back in with a flat tire. Tough break for Jeff Green after an impressive 5th place qualifying effort and only his 2nd Winston Cup start.
And Jeff Green is Michael Waltrip's spotter. And during driver's meeting today, Michael Waltrip said to the other drivers, "Hey guys, how'd you like to be out-qualified by your spotter?"
That's a pretty good line from Michael.
Sure is.
Let's check back in again on the Jeff Green story more with John Kernick. John?
I just checked with Lee Leslie, his crew chief. He said it's much more than a flat tire. They've broken the left rear axle, and Jeff Green slowly coming down pit road. In fact, he's going to bypass his pits as they put the signboard back in, but that's the word from down here, a broken left rear axle.
I saw when he left, I saw the right rear tire spinning and the left rear and the car not going anyplace, so I realized he had a broken axle.
Here's Jeff Burton trying to move around Dave Marcus.
That's for the 8th position, makes Marcus 9th, and now Marcus gets a challenge from Jeff Gordon.
There's Kenny Wallace right behind in the Apple and Ford.
We might make mention that Kyle Petty started the car number 42 today, but Kyle, as we all know, had to have relief last week at Martinsville from Todd Bodine. He had a severe bronchitis, and we are told it almost went into pneumonia. He only got a lap or two in the car yesterday as you watch the car number 7 now go past for 4th position, and that is Jeff Bodine, and he is on a tear, really making a move toward the front. But to finish up the Kyle Petty story, Kyle apparently will get out of the car very quickly, and Jimmy Hensley will climb in.
Jeff Bodine started 18th. He is now up to 4th spot after about 35 laps. So this guy is, these Hoosier tires look like they're working very well today.
Yeah, he just, he pulls up on someone and he moves around them at will. Of course, Dale Earnhardt is in heavy traffic right now. He's about 4.5 seconds behind. Jeff Bodine is about 4.5 seconds behind Earnhardt. Now, folks, that's not conservative driving. Anyone that had any thoughts about Dale Earnhardt getting conservative here towards the end of the year, that ain't it.
3 abreast down the back straightaway, and he goes by Phil Parsons in the 9 and the 15 car of Lake Speed. Now we're watching all the cars down the front straightaway.
Our field snapshot showing you where your favorite driver may be running today. As you saw Earnhardt, the leader, going by. Elliott in 2nd place. Mark Martin 3rd. Jeff Bodine, who's on a move, is in 4th position. And Bobby Hamilton, after 2 great runs on short tracks at Martinsville and Richmond, now being shown in 5th spot.
And there's a guy that is on the move. He's probably, I don't really know right now, I haven't been clocking the guys, but the 7 car is probably faster than.
Oh, he definitely is gaining, Jimmy. There's no question about it. He's picking up almost a half a second a lap on Dale Earnhardt. About 6 laps ago, he was over 5 seconds behind. Now it's about 3 seconds.
A lot of speculation in the garage this morning that Jeff Bodine was going to be very, very strong here, Ned. A lot of people said, watch the 7 car.
Yeah, he was strong yesterday in practice, and I think a lot of people noticed that. And figured that he would be. Of course, he's a past winner here. He knows what it takes to get around this 5/8 mile track. And look at him, how he just flies by Mark Martin. Mark got a little high there, maybe lost traction, but boy, that car is moving on.
Yeah, that's right. He was not lapping the car. He was passing a car for position, and he made it look awfully easy.